Hello, crafty friends, and it's time once again for new catalogs. So this is the yearly catalog, or they call it Essentials, and this has the information in it kind of products that you'll use all year round, the basic tools and supplies to create your crafty goodness. So on our first page here is the note from our founder Jeanette, but then it talks about if you want to become a maker or if you want to become a VIP, that information is there. And here I'm very excited about our new stamp of the month, or Operation Smile stamp. Sorry, I had that wrong, because I feel like this one is for more layouts, not just cards. If you're new to scrapbooking or to card making, Close to My Heart has these great kind of starter kits that can kind of get your feet wet without a huge investment. And then yay, there is a brand new Make It From Your Heart Volume 6 book. It has layouts or patterns for layouts, cards, slimline cards. It's fantastic. Now, if you have trouble doing color combinations, Close to My Heart has thought of that, and there's 2 Love of Color books. And now we get to see the new color of the year, which is Journey, and let me assure you, it is gorgeous in real life. I can see this color being an accent in so many things. And now we're going to look at our new colors, so I'm just going to point them out to you here. You can see in the top left corner is our color of the year Journey, and on these pages you not only get to see like the initial color or the first generation, but behind it they've also done a second generation of that same color, so you can see the range that the Close to My Heart colors have. Now 2 steps below Journey you'll see the color Rosy. Rosy, to me, if you've been with Close to My Heart for a while, is kind of like the hollyhock color with the raspberry color combined. It's definitely a warm pink magenta color. And then 2 over from Rosy is Royal, and again it's a true purple. I think it has 1 drop more red than blue, if blue and red make purple, so it's on that hot side or warm color tone. And now if you go and look at the right hand page, you will see in the second row Jade and Limeade right there next to each other. Jade to me reminds me of the color of like a juniper bush, the leaves that are on that kind of that sagey, creamy, beautiful blue-green. And then Limeade is kind of the new leaves that are coming out of the ground in the spring, has that bright orange, or not orange, excuse me, yellow tones of new growth that'll kind of get richer as it matures. And then a couple rows lower you will see Pumpkin, and to me that's like a second generation of Paprika. If you look at the Paprika color right next to it, you can see the second generation, and I think that's a pretty accurate description. And then one last color is just over from Pumpkin is Acorn, and to me that reminds me of craft paper. Again, it's a craft paper with 1 dot of red added to it to kind of give it that warmth. The other thing that you might notice is that the black, we only have the cardstock and the black core. We no longer have the ink pads or the re-inkers for that. Instead, we have the Intense Black and the Archival Black available for the ink pad. I'm going to pick up the pace as we continue through this book, because some of it is things that we've already sold. They're just bringing out the new colors. These are shimmer brushes. If you have not tried them yet, go ahead and order a clear, a black, and a gold maybe. They just totally add to any project. And then Close to My Heart is offering the Spectro Noir colored pencils that so many people love to use. I am not a colored pencil fan. It seems like too much work for me, but I know I have several friends that absolutely swear by it and love it. Again, we have our dots of color, so you can have your embellishments in all sorts of color ranges and shapes, and it's just one-stop shopping made easy. And they do offer those in Journey, pink, green, and the orange yellow are new offerings. Here we have the shimmer trim and the sequins, and both of these, again, if you want to just add a pop of interest to your project, I highly recommend any of those. And now these are the new acrylic shapes and die cuts. They also have the wood grain as well as the acrylic plastic colored shapes of those. They're very lightweight, they're thin, they work really well on both cards that can go through the mail without extra postage and for scrapbook layouts. And now we have our glitter paper. So many projects are elevated by just one pop of the glitter paper. You can see here on this layout that they just did banner ends of all of it. And now we're going back to irresistibles. We've had these for the last year, and it's great because they have patterns on them. You can ink them up or color them in, but there's a actually coating on it so that you buff off your coloring and it shows through, and you can make those into any color that you want. Now our basic envelopes, our calendars, our journaling lines, the craft paper is all available here. And now we're going to get to, I think, my favorite product. I will be showcasing this for Makers with Heart on September 10th. So be sure to come back and check that out. But we have layered stencils. And not only layered stencils, but layered stencils that as you rotate them, you create a beautiful background. And it just does the work for you. Unlike random stamping where you kind of have to, you know, space things out and all. Here's how these stencils work. So using the flower stencil here, you can see step one, they inked the flowers with kind of probably the rosy color, and then the leaves they did, I'm going to guess, in evergreen. I'm not sure if they used mist or a different green for all of the other little leaves and little dots in it. But then you rotate the stencil and you repeat that again. And then you do that a second time and a third time. And you have a whole full sheet that's just filled with the colors and beautiful. And it's going to match your project because you got to choose which colors to use. And you can see there's some big brick background stenciling, you have titles, you have some animal hide looks, and then some more flowers that you can layer. So I'm very excited about the layered stencils, and I'm looking forward to playing with mine. They just came in the mail last Friday. And now, of course, for you card makers or even scrapbookers, I really like the slimline stencils for scrapbooking too. Here's some stencils for you guys to use, make some noise in the background, and just have wonderful tools at hand to make sure that it matches your stuff. Now, if you are into digital art at all, Close to My Heart has you covered. If you've been with Close to My Heart for a while, some of the images we have on some of our older cartridges, but if not, you can just buy all 10 of these for $10. How awesome is that? And now it already flipped over to our circle shaker windows, and those are nothing new, same two sizes, so you're good to go there. If you need any basics in blocks or in cleaning up your ink, and then this is the intense black and the archival black ink that I mentioned earlier. We have all of our tools, the cutting tool. I do like the aluminum rail cutting tool. I have this one, plus I have one with a rotary blade. They just seem more accurate. The T ruler is a must. The multi-purpose pad and the Versamat are things that I use almost daily in my crafting. All of your adhesive needs are here, as well as that rub and remove eraser. That's fantastic for if you do get adhesive outside the lines, as they say. And here are our albums. We have them this year in black, navy, and teal. And I'm very excited to say that our label holders have come back. They were retiring those for a while and very much unavailable, but they are back, and I know that I'm not the only one that's excited about that. So now, if whatever size scrapbooking you do, here are your page protectors. So 12 by 12, top load, side load. If you have an older system that uses a strap, we have those page protectors as well. We have individual photo pocket pages, so you can add those in there. And then, of course, our flip flaps in a variety of sizes from 3 by 3 right up to 8 by 12 inches. And those are great for getting so many more photos and kind of interactive layout stuff. So I fell in love with the flip flaps right away. Now, if you are new to scrapbooking and crafting and trying to set up your studio space, these workspace wonders are great. I've actually taken the paper trays, turned them upside down in a cubby so that I end up with a shelf that can hold shorter items, but I still have that space underneath to put some of my books, or like I have my plates for my embossing machine underneath my paper tray and my embossing machine right on top. Now this clear circular holder is new, so be sure to go check that out on Friday, September 1st, and see all of the wonderful things that you can do with that. And there's also a tool caddy there just to the right of the clear holder that you just stand up your tools and it just makes it easier to work on your desk. Now this system for traveling I absolutely love. I actually have 2 sets of these for going anywhere to a crop. I can put everything in for a whole weekend. I've gone 4 days with just my 2 carriers and then 2 shoulder totes on top, and I have everything that I need for a weekend. So this monthly special is highlighted here. It's already started, so you can get this one, Gnomes for Autumn, right now, and it goes through the end of September. There are thin cuts that coordinate with the papers and the gnomes, and there's also a thin cut that just cuts out a cute little girl and a cute little boy gnome. You can see that here. And then the thin cuts in the stamp set for Gnomes for Autumn, you can see those that are colored in have thin cuts that coordinate with the stamp sets. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. If you want to connect with me, I am Crafting with Amanda. I have that on Facebook. I will also have links below the video in the description so that you can come and play along with us. Have a great day. Blessings.